Alright, so hello everybody. We are group 7 and we're going to be doing a presentation on the future of virtual reality in the workplace, and we will have a handout afterwards. So first of all, what is VR? So what what virtual reality is, it's known as VR, and it's what I'm going to be calling it for the rest of the presentation, so I don't have to say virtual reality every time. So what VR is, it's used to create a simulation. So it's mostly used right now for games and just kind of chatting with people. So typically, like as you can see here, you need a headset to cover your eyes so that you can see the simulation. And you need motion controllers so that they can pick up how you're moving and what you're seeing. So next, applications for VR. So first off is training. So if you're in the workplace and maybe somebody's not as experienced, they can use one of these for training and to go over specific situations and specific scenarios. Next is safety. So if you're using heavy machinery, for example, or you're a surgeon or something like that, you can go over and use these simulations instead of using real people or real machines, and with a lot less concern for your health. Next off is remote work. So just as long as you have the the headset, you can work from anywhere, and you can do anything that you need to do at the time. And the last thing is cost efficiency. So instead of buying all these training stuff all the time, you can just get one single one single headset, and that'll just be the end of it. So to talk more about the training aspect of it is Similor.
So now we're talking about training and development. So first up, it allows for personalized and adaptive training programs, which allows you to set a personal learning path for each employee according to their performance. And we also it creates a realistic and immersive learning environments, which creates scenarios in different workplaces and how to affect what you do and your performance. It also helps in eliminating geographical constraints and remote training, which makes it available for you to train anywhere, and most training modules are online, so you don't have to go to like different places and different work zones to use it. And then it provides hands-on training through VR simulations. And there are some examples of industries that will benefit from VR for employee training. First, in the medical sector, surgeons are able to practice strict and risky procedures in a risk-free environments. We can also practice medical care and drug making and drug improvements for patients. And in the mechanical engineering sector, they're able to practice using heavy machinery and practice safety and how to use them without any risk to your body. And now for product design and prototyping, VR helps in creating 3D models and vector prototyping, which will help you see different angles of your product and help you see how it works. Also makes it faster for product development, increases the time and reduces the cost for product development. It also allows for realistic user experience testing. You can test the way the product will affect your users before you release it out. And it also makes able to stimulate real world conditions for testing your products. There are some companies that have already successfully implemented this VR in their product design, like Ford, which is use virtual reality for virtual car prototyping, makes it able to the engineers to explore different angles of the car with 3D car models. In architecture, you're able to see a different angle of the buildings and visualize different landscapes. And in airplanes, you're able to, in airplanes, Boeing, you have is virtual reality is used for assembling the assembly and maintenance training for each airplane for different airplane sizes. And more and challenges and drawbacks are
As we wrap up about virtual reality, we also have to understand its challenges. What are the costs of it? What are the drawbacks? What disadvantages would come to such innovation? One of these would be high initial costs. So if you're a business, when you're trying to implement VR into your training program, there is always hardware costs. How many headsets does each employee need? Well, one headset per employee for sure, but how many employees do we need for training? And it's just an increasing variable cost in its own. And then again, there are limitations on VR as well. Like initially, when Oculus released its own VR headset, people had a problem with motion sickness because of the low resolution, and also like they never figured out a way to turn off basically when you move a camera and the fade that comes with the movement, it's difficult to remove that entirely in a simulated environment. And yeah, people usually get motion sickness from that. And as for other security purposes, it is also easy for let's say social engineering. Social engineering is practically you are tricking an employee into doing something that is unethical, most likely illegal, probably going against their employer, and they don't realize it yet. You can do the same thing with VR social media. For example, in VR chat, you can never verify someone's credibility because they just created the account out of nowhere. And based on that, it is also a good thing to remind ourselves that we should not always be dependent on like certain technologies, especially when this sort of technology puts you in a simulated environment and like enables you to be more dependent on hardware than what you actually have. Like I understand that a lot of people like stare at the screen like 8 hours a day, either for work, for studies, like for other stuff as well. And with these and with decreased resolutions, it will not help in the long run. Which is why, in terms of business, it should only be run in terms of training and development, and also, yeah, just for fun purposes. That's all I can say. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you, everyone, and I hope after this you will understand the importance of virtual reality. It will provide a easy competitive advantage to your business if implemented correctly. There are cases where businesses did not implement it correctly, and it resulted in a huge waste of time. But if you know the risks, if you assess them, if you understand like the specific need for the training itself, like for example for mechanical engineering, medicine, and whatnot, it can still be implemented. Thank you, everyone.
Second, can you put it on the thumbnails, the slide sorter view on PowerPoint, where you see the slides? 202. Time is 5. Okay. Okay, so remember that references do have hanging, references have hanging indentation, no bullet points, and they should be sorted alphabetically, not randomly. And a pure URL is never an APA reference.
Yeah, I had a difficult time trying to find a proper reference for the Ford's site.
You just input the website on a references creator, and you get everything, my friend. You don't have to, or you use Word as I taught in class, and they can create it for you.
Okay.
So, and why only the fourth one when the other two, they have proper referencing? Only one is missing, and
yeah,
on our website, so I understand.
Yeah, that was my personal mistake.
That's okay, it's a group presentation. Also, not all the pictures had a reference. Some of them have, but not all of them. So that's also a problem. And there are no, I don't see the reference for the images here. Can you hit escape so you can see the slides? There you go. Make PowerPoint exact. Click enable editing so we can see the menus, the ribbon. There you go. And go to the slide sorter. It's the 4 squares in the bottom right corner. There you go. Okay. So in terms of consistency, pretty good. It's very consistent. It looks like one presentation. It's well done. I like the design also. There are a few contrast issues, like the title slide. The contrast is low because purple over purple is a bit hard to read. Perhaps the blue that you use in other instances, or plain white, might be better. Okay, that's not the most visible one. Also, in general, you could have used a larger font, because I think it was too small. You have plenty of space in many of them. For example, double click on slide number 2. Okay, also remember we said no center text when you have paragraphs. So that's center. So what size is that?
What size?
Oh, in the boxes. So you have
23.
23. What about the title?
I think that's also 28.
Yeah, so the difference is not too big. It should be a bit better, but that's okay. Just make the title bold, just for change to see the difference. Click on the box or select the text, whatever, and make it bold. Slightly better. But you see, it looks more like a title, not like a box not like a text that is missing a box. You know what I mean? I would even grow it to, I don't know, 30 something, type 30 instead of 28 on the font size on that box.
Okay.
Just to see. You see, yeah, you have plenty of space actually. It doesn't have to be constrained to that, but anyway. if you go to slide number 3, the other 3, there you go. So click on the bullet points. So that is 23 again, okay. So title, 28. So that's consistent, that's good. Now go to slide 4. Click on the text
16,
and then the title.
40.
You see, there's no consistency there. And clearly when you change speaker, so that's a problem. So clearly somebody did something different and you didn't check for consistency throughout. That's a problem, consistency there. So, and also you have a bit of redundancy here. Like, obviously we're talking about VR, so you don't need to put VR, you know. And allows is also one of those empty words. So, training and development, personalized and adaptive training. You don't need programs, who cares if it's a program or only one session. Personalized and adaptive training. Realistic and immersive learning. So you can simplify the wording, and then you can increase the font size to make it match what you had before. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that clear what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Go back to this good thing of what you did with the images, or with examples, that was pretty good. Except perhaps with for the one with the plane. So go to slide, I guess, 8. Oh, there's more than that. Okay, see the contrast there is very low. It's very difficult to read the text. Not even Semilor could read it, actually. He was struggling with that. So you must have a mask behind that. I told you, we talked about that in class.
Yeah,
So
it was
to
like
increase
a
contrast, you need a mask.
Yeah, background or.
Yeah, it could be a box, it could be a gradient, it could be different things. And also the font is not consistent. Now you have 20 instead of the regular 26, which was the font they used before.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Rather than.
Show me the architecture picture again. Maybe the contrast is better on that one. Slide 9. Yeah, in this case, the contrast is a bit better. However, the font still is more than 20. Click on the font. 18. You see, you're changing fonts all over. That's not consistent. Okay? Why are you looking at Semilor? Because he changed all the fonts.
Oh, no.
So, for example, this one has a reference, which is automatically generated, which is a bit disappointing on the bottom right corner of the picture. But if you click on the plain picture on slide 10, no reference. 10, there you go. Or the fourth picture, slide whatever was that.
You can.
Slide 8.
This one over.
Oh, 4, you know, the car, 4. There you go, no reference again. You see, even your reference are inconsistent. So careful with that, okay? I didn't see any data representation, and it was required. So you could have, for example, the growth of VR, or something like that, or the revenue generated, how it's growing. There are many sources for data representation here. Okay, careful with that.
I did forget to mention like forms release.
No, I need to see a chart.
Yeah.
Forget about mentioning.
Oh, okay.
So what is your main message?
Well.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Oh, no. Well,
What do you mean, well?
Applying virtual reality into
No,
business.
we said a main message should be a clear, concise, and compelling phrase that all members should ideally repeat. You don't have that. You might have an idea in mind, but you don't have a main message for it. Okay, maybe you have it in the big idea worksheet, but you can say it here.
Probably.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so with the examples, I'm a bit confused. Like both the fourth and the architect, is that VR or XR? You know, I mean, he's not wearing a headset, but anyway. is that VR or XR? And now the question in your minds is, what is XR?
It's augmented, well,
Yeah, extended augmented reality.
yeah.
So is it the same? Is it different? Because it's a question that is coming out almost automatically when you show images like that. You know, it could be XR, because you can say you can use a VR headset for XR and VR, pure VR.
Yeah,
But if you don't see the reality behind the glasses, it's not XR, it's only VR. Okay, so careful with that. Also cost. You say cost could be an issue, okay, how much? You know, how much is a headset? So how much is the top one, like the Apple one's at $3,000, that's stupidity.
It's like 3,500 US.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
yeah, but I don't think those can be used for training purposes. I'm always
Of course
thinking
they can.
HTC VR.
I don't think they're only being sold to developers right now. Meta's third one is 650 Canadian. The Meta Quest 3.
Okay, so maybe it's more specialized. Okay, there you go. But still, it's like, even if a hospital decides to go that way, it's a hefty investment. It's more than a computer, or than a regular computer. And then, well, that's the most expensive, perhaps. What's the cheapest? You know, like one of those that you use cardboard to build it up and you put your phone in front. Is that enough? You know, so we need a reference for cost also. That's about the slides. Now, the delivery of each of you. What happened with the time, David? You only spoke for 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
I guess I just kind of rushed through it.
Oh, do you have material for 5 minutes?
I think I just spoke too fast.
I don't think so, no. I think your pace was pretty good. I was expecting you to talk at the end, because that's common. So one who starts closest, so it's 2:20 and 2:20, that will be 5 minutes, that'll be okay. So that's fairly common. So I was expecting you to talk at the end. I was not worried. But then when Farhan said, well, that's it, like, oh, I'm worried now for you. In general, you were, besides the timing, you were really good. And I think I mentioned last time when you talked about your speech and how much I've seen you improve. I think this is your biggest improvement. However, energy, and that goes for all three. You should be excited about VR and transmit that excitement that we want to. You have to make us want a VR headset as soon as we leave the classroom. We should be ordering one on Amazon right now, you know, something like that. But well, you know, VR is there. You know, like, no. You need to transmit something. So on all three of you, and I have said it already, right now, you need more energy and enthusiasm for the topic. Yes.
I think that's where I messed up as soon as I said.
No, forget about it. It's all three. It's not only you.
Oh.
So I like, David, that you tried to use the stage. Pretty good. I think perhaps you should have coordinated with the team, because I saw you like running out of space because they were all there. They didn't have the sense to move further back to leave you the stage. So you were like tucked in between them and the screen. It was a bit awkward, but I appreciate the fact that you tried to do that. That was good. As I said before, you have a great voice. If you put that energy, man, that can really help in your career. You just need that energy. Okay? So, but everything pretty good. Stage movement, volume. What is that? Volume. So besides, it's only the energy. Okay? And I liked how you clarified at the beginning. VR, I'm gonna say VR is virtual reality, but you know, I don't have to say it every time. So that was a perfect clarification. Okay? Instead of just talking about VR, assuming that everybody knows what that is. So that was really well done. Just the energy. Okay? Semi-lore, energy plus volume, my friend. I like the fact that you stayed in one place, because if you're not going to use the stage properly, the best is to stay in one place. So that would be the middle point in terms of ranking, let's say. However, your eye contact was pretty weird. You were looking at the screen, then me, and then somewhere there. Like if you have to remember. So, and that was a cycle. The screen, me, the city. So never at the audience. You have to look at the audience. And when I say looking at the audience, I mean looking in the eye for a fraction of a second. Maybe not everybody, but most of us. We're not such a big audience here. I hope it's not diarrhea again. Dun-dun-dun. However, you're gonna dance a little bit on plays, so try to stay put, because you transmit somewhat like nervousness. I know you are, and we all are. That's perfectly okay to be anxious, nervous, whatever. Just don't transmit it. Okay, so when you do the dancing, you are transmitting that. Okay, nervous energy. Careful with that. So volume specifically, time was good for 16, but volume and energy and eye contact. Okay. Farhan.
Yes, sir.
So good to use the stage, not so good, but okay to stay in one place, bad to pace. Okay, you're blocking the screen. If there's something important behind you, we won't be able to see it. You know, so that's a problem. Oh, talking before not seeing. Another good thing that you had on your slides, everything was properly animated, by the way. That was well done. Yes. I forgot to mention that. You again, as usual, you look very natural, very confident, but perhaps too much. Because that's preventing you to connect with the audience. You were looking at that wall and then the other wall as if we are not here. As you walk, you just look up in front of you, and then you look back, you're looking in front of you, not at all. So that's not connection there.
Well, group eye
If you're
contact.
going to do the interview, look them in the eye when you talk. Okay? Not staring, because that will be creepy and you will get the job. But not avoiding eye contact, okay?
Yes.
You extend your arms in terms of body language, that was pretty good. Volume, good volume, good vocal variety. None of you had filler words, that's pretty impressive, that's very good job. You found your awareness, so that's good. And that's it. Very good, give him another round. So Will, I don't think we need the coin anymore. I think we have all teams complete. Really? Are all teams complete? Who's missing? Oh, well, different people. Alutra. Hey, where is Alutra?